A Southeast Texas Air Force veteran is joining hundreds of other veterans nationwide, taking on a government contractor accused of making and selling defective combat earplugs. Instead of protecting their ears, the plugs have caused hearing loss and ringing in their ears. KFDM's Angel San Juan has been looking into this lawsuit. And Angel, even the U.S. government is pursuing action against this company that manufactured the earplugs.
That's right, Tiffany. The U.S. government reached a $9 million settlement with Minnesota-based 3M company. But many veterans, like David Martin from Orange County, believe that that's just a slap on the wrist. Turns out there's proof 3M knew the earplugs were defective and rigged product testing to hide those problems. Cody Dishon and David Martin are lifelong best friends. The two grew up in Bridge City. Dishon is now a lawyer at the Ferguson Law Firm. Martin is an Air Force veteran who still serves his country in the Air National Guard.
We grew up together, lived right across the street. And around 2005, he went and served the country.
Martin's military duty took him to Turkey and the battlefields in Iraq and Afghanistan. And it's this piece of equipment that reunited Martin and Dishon.
When we needed to use our earplugs, we put them in, went to work. You know, you don't really think about these being defective and potentially causing hearing loss and tinnitus, which is ringing in the ears.
The Minnesota-based 3M company manufactured the earplugs and sold them to the U.S. government to protect military men and women during combat from dangerously loud sounds. But apparently the earpieces were very short, making it difficult to insert them deep enough to maintain a tight seal.
It's kind of heart-wrenching, to say the least. You know, you're overseas serving your country, and I'm just one of many that use these earplugs, and now paying the price for it.
Martin already suffers from tinnitus, ringing in the ear, and worries his hearing loss will continue to worsen.
You know, you can't put a price on your health. You know, you can't put a price on your hearing. So, yeah, absolutely, it scares me.
That's why Martin approached his friend, and Dishon is now suing 3M on Martin's behalf.
The only reason we found out that 3M was selling defective earplugs was through a whistleblower in the company.
The U.S. Justice Department got involved, finding that instead of using an independent lab, 3M tested its own earplugs, found them defective, and rigged the results.
So they got slapped on the wrist with a $9 million fine.
Dishon says that's not enough for the lifetime injuries the company knowingly caused.
So while 3M executives sat in a boardroom and collected money off these defective earplugs, millions and millions and millions of dollars, people like my client were overseas serving this country, using those defective earplugs. Now they're faced with hearing loss.
Dishon says hearing loss is one of the top costs at VA hospitals, and his client is encouraging his fellow veterans to come forward and be heard.
If you use these earplugs, don't be afraid. Don't try to play a macho part and just live with it and just brush it off and think that nothing's going to get done.
Martin traveled far to fight for our country, but now his battle is here at home against a company that was supposed to help but ended up hurting.
They need to be held accountable for their actions.
And attorney Cody Dishon filed the lawsuit at the Jefferson County Courthouse, but he says it will likely get consolidated with other similar lawsuits in federal court.